Well, hello there, my fine gardening friends. How the devil are you? Welcome to a relatively quiet, cloudy Sunday afternoon here in beautiful Nova Scotia. Voice is still a bit rough from the COVID I had a couple of weeks ago, but it's recovering. So excuse the gruffness that I'm sounding like. I'm in the no flower garden, as I call it. If you remember earlier on in the year, or was it, I think I started it last year, making this garden in between my sort of greenhouse, which is there, and my orchard, just on this side. I started making it last year, put a path in, you know, with all the stones that I have laying around the garden, because it's a very rocky garden. And I put cardboard down and then put earth on top of that, so I didn't have to dig it all over, and that's turned out quite well. As you can see, there's not many weeds around. I need to put some mulch down really to get rid of any other weeds, but I haven't got to that point at the moment. And I haven't got a lot done since I did my initial plantings this springtime. I want to put a seat at the back and a pond there and an archway here, but as this year's turned out in all my different sort of gardening situations, I've not been able to do everything I wanted to do. But I've saved up a load of money thanks to you guys, my viewers. I've managed to save up $400, and then I spent $347, which I can't believe, on just a few plants. And the main sort of plant that I have spent the most money on, $129 it was, is a beautiful Acer palmatum dissecticum in the back there, which you can see. So here's the Acer. It doesn't look too much at the moment, does it? Obviously, especially with the leaves all starting to fall apart a bit because it's autumn time, but that will be a beautiful red colour, you know, next spring. And then when often, as you can sort of see there, a type of the look when the sun shines through this, either whichever way, especially in the early morning, that will have a beautiful fiery red hue when I'm sat down here with a nice cup of tea in the morning, maybe admiring the plants. So that'd be a lovely addition once that gets itself going along. Not very big, is it, for $129, but that's how much the old garden centres charge you nowadays. I managed to get one of them, a couple of little hostas at the back, which I put at the back on the side there, another juniper just in the corner there, and in front of that another little hosta I've not seen before, a crinkly like one. I like the shape of it, and as this garden's all about leaf shape and colour rather than flowers, I thought that'd be a good little addition to the garden. What else have I got? I've also just about to put in a couple of dogwoods that I grew from cuttings. I have these dogwoods in the front of the orchard there, and they're really easy to take cuttings from, but they're also very good in the winter time, aren't they, to give some sort of extra structure when all of these herbaceous plants like the hostas and the ferns, etc., all go. Things like the dogwoods and the bamboos provide that little bit of extra, that little bit of interest, structure, and they'll have a lovely bright red colour when the winter comes and the leaves have gone. And that'll, you know, when I finally build a little seat there, I might come out there with a cup of tea in the winter, and there's something for me to look at. I've also bought another bamboo, as you can see there. Really, I need another bamboo to go on the corner there to make the three. But I thought what I really want as well is I want, when people come into this area, that they can't immediately see towards the back. So I need something. That's why I brought this little edge out here. So that, so I need something big so that people can't immediately see in and straight to the back, so that they definitely have to wander along the path to see everything that is in the garden. that's the point of a garden, isn't it? So you come in and draw people in to have a look at the garden. So that's my idea there. So the bamboo that I bought, I was going to put it there, and then I thought, no, I want to get something in there, and that'll grow about 8 foot tall. So that'll be a good addition in this area here. It's also a bit difficult, isn't it, when you're creating these gardens, to sort of get a full understanding of how big things are going to be. So, you know, 8 foot, it still looks like there's lots of space around there, but I think as soon as these different plants grow up, it'll actually be quite crowded there. So that's going to be a good addition. Now over in the centre there's a big space, and what I'm going to put there is a nice big grass. And as you can see, I've got it in the in front of my swimming pool in a little bed there. Big massive grass it grows. I think it's a calamagrostis. I'm not exactly sure because I'm rubbish at keeping the labels, unfortunately. But I'm gonna separate that. I'm gonna put half of it in there, and that'll grow nice and big in the centre there, and that'll be a nice big centerpiece. And over winter again, that provides a nice bit of structure, unless it gets beaten down too much by the snow, which it shouldn't do. Normally stays up nice and big. That'll provide another bit of interest in the winter there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plant all these up, and then I will come back and then I'll talk about a couple of other things that I'm going to be doing, and then we'll have a look at see what they look like as well when I put them in. Be right back. So there we go, check that baby out. That's put a bit of instant pizzazz into the garden, isn't it? I'm obviously not going to leave it like that now. I'm going to cut it hard back, because when the winds come, you know, with the roots obviously just been put in there, not had a chance to bed in, it can rock back and forth and kill it off. So what I'm going to do is cut it hard back, and then sacrifice the grass this winter, you know, the look of the grass this winter, so that the roots can get a good chance to bed in. And you know, I haven't mentioned yet, actually, we're in sort of late September now. September is a great time to be doing some planting. The soil is nice and warm, but it's not too hot outside. You've got more chance of a bit of rain, so your plants can bed in nicely now before winter proper comes, and everything can sort of get a bit of roots, get the legs in there, get themselves nice and comfy, ready for the winter ahead. So good time to plant things, you know, especially these grasses, because they like the soil nice and warm. So I'm going to cut that back and finish off the rest of the bits of planting I've got to do. And I've given everything a good water as well. So there we go, that is everything all planted. I actually forgot to give a brief on everything I've planted so far. So everything's actually settled down nicely, I think. The bamboo's okay in the back there. Like I said, I need another one really in the corner. The grasses, as you can see, hopefully there and behind it, they're all looking nice, looking bedded in nicely. The junipers and the other grasses, etc. Everything has bedded in nicely, really, I think. Yeah, so that's good. We're getting somewhere now. Starting to get a bit of plants in it. Starting to look, as you can see, especially with that, obviously that grass there at the moment, looking rather mature. But everything's going to come up and grow around it, like I said. Now I've just really, over the winter, if I get a chance, is to build the stuff at the back, the you know, the real sort of hardscaping at the back there, the seat, etc. that I've got to do. But I've got a hip operation in 3 weeks time, a new hip, so that's going to put me out of whack for a few weeks anyway. But we'll see how it goes. But things are coming on slowly in the no flower garden, and I'm pretty happy with the way things are starting to look, and I can see my vision is going to sort of starting to take a bit of shape now. So there we go. Still lots more work to do, but you know, jobs are good.